Hi, thanks for checking this out. My name is Toussaint with Distinct Barbecue of Distinct Nation of Rhythm. No matter what your passion, hobby, or profession, DNR seeks to support and speak to you. Hence Distinct Barbecue. So today what I'm going to be talking about is my new Oklahoma Joe Longhorn reverse flow and the different modifications I made to it. I've been getting a lot of questions, a lot of comments on Facebook, just here and there. So I figured I might as well make a short video on the different things that I did to personalize my Oklahoma Joe. And I hope you guys like it and learn some new things or get some new tips on how to personalize yours. Alright, so we're going to go out there and I'll go ahead and show you the grill. Okay, so here she is in all her beauty. My Oklahoma Joe Longhorn reverse flow. One of the first things that's going to jump out to you, I'm sure, is the wood. I had some wood from Lowe's, stained it, got some bolts, nuts, and washers, and just attached it to the shelving that came with the grill. Worked out excellent, especially with the Oklahoma Joe tool set that you can find on eBay. Matches very well with it. So you have your firebox cleaner, spatula. Now this chain mop, which is really neat, easy to clean, works like a charm. It doesn't have any branding. It's a charbroil. It matches right with the other ones. You can get that from charbroil.com, but that thing works very efficiently. I like it. So that's the wood mod. Next, we can go ahead and talk about these latches. These are the lava locked latches. Got those again on eBay. I like these because they're 100 degrees. They open at 100 degrees. I got a set initially, but I think they're 85 degrees. So you have to be kind of careful about where you put it on the edge of this smoke chamber here, the cooking chamber. Now these, they're smaller. They have a smaller base, so you can fit both nails on both sides of the screw, on this here instead of having it stick out back over here. And you don't have to worry about, when it opens, because it's opening at 100 degrees, for the ease of opening the cooking chamber. Works out perfectly. I had these initially, which I believe are going to be probably the first ones that you see when you look these up, the lava lock latches. Again, they're 85 degrees and they open in that fashion. And so I put these on the firebox. They seem to work really well for the firebox, so it actually worked out perfectly. We also have the lava lock thermometers. People talk about the Latches and they say that they're the best, and hey, I believe it, but they also cost the most. So went with something right in the middle. The lava locks did the boil test, got them up, and they're good. They work perfectly fine for me. I drilled a 7/8 hole into the cooking chamber, so we can go ahead and get those thermometers in there, so we get a good read where the food is. On this reverse flow, I know that on a lot of the horizontal models, there's a 50-degree difference here. For me, it's a 35, consistent 35 when I'm cooking. This is the original thermometer, and I did a boil test on that. Now, there's a big bolt back here, and I heard that if you twist that, loosen it, or tighten it, you can calibrate those. I didn't need to because my boil test put me right at 212, which is what I was looking for. But it's definitely good to have the thermometers at great level, because that way you have a much better reading on where your meat is actually sitting. Now what I plan to do with the thermometer up here is eventually I'm going to put a second rack here up top, and I'll have the black tail trues up here. I just like the way it looks. I think it'll be a good look on this grill. I haven't got a name for it yet, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, so this will be reading for the top rack, upper rack, and then these will be reading for the grade level that it's at right now. Next, we'll go ahead and talk about the gasket that I got. So inside the cooking chamber, I went ahead and went with the Fire Black, the Nomex gasket. Seals like a charm. You can get that on Amazon or eBay. I think I got mine on Amazon. I know you can get a lot of these mods from barbecuesmokermods.com. I did get the firebox gasket there, and I'll talk about that in a second, but I bargain shop, so I look to try to find what I want at the cheapest price. So I just look at it everywhere. But yeah, so I believe this is the 1/2" gasket. That along with the latches, it keeps the temperature even. You know, very efficient for the fire that I actually have running when I do run it. Very small fire to hold the temperature at 225, 230. I don't have to use a lot of fuel, and so I think that's the biggest thing with the sealing mods and the latching of it is, you know, just making sure you have an efficient fire, and you don't have to continue to, you know, throw a bunch of wood in there or, you know, anything like that. Just, you know, you just put just enough to let it go. And so that's the sealing of the cooking chamber. And like I said, we went with the firebox gasket on the firebox. It's a higher heat resistant that it has here, so it'll hold for the firebox. And yeah, that this works well, just as well for the firebox. Moving on to the silicone. When I was putting this grill together, I have red RTV, and I also have the black RTV. Now the red RTV is for a higher heat than the black one that I have, and so I put the red pretty much everywhere where when you're putting it together, anything that I was attaching the firebox that had to do with the firebox, I put the red RTV. And same thing for the cooking chamber, but I used the black RTV because it just looks better, so you can't really see it there. And you know, where I attached the smokestack, you're not gonna really see it. So that's why I went with the black, because I think it looks better. I mean, that's a personal preference, but again, you can do red all over, but the goal is to just have it done. One of the good things about the reverse flow is, you know, stock, it comes with the cage here, so that saves a ton of money in mods, that is. I need to clean it out. I just did a cook yesterday, so this comes with that. It also helps with the efficiency on the fire, and with this you don't have to worry about the tuning plates, obviously, because it's a reverse flow. So it's going to have the baffle in here. So again, those tuning plates can run anywhere, you know, close to $100, unless you can make your own and make your own firebox cage with the expandable metal and whatnot. But in this one, again, it came with the baffle, so you know that runs the heat, you know, through the bottom and up through evenly through the meat that'll be up here and out the smokestack. I have a 3-inch elbow for the smokestack, but I haven't used it. I don't think I'm going to need it in this reverse flow because the temperature holds very well and it's even throughout my pit, so I think I'm good with that. Also, I have my drip pan here. I'll fill that up with water and a little bit of apple cider vinegar when I'm running. And those are the mods on my Oklahoma Joe Longhorn reverse flow. And she definitely is a personalized smoker. I haven't seen one like it thus far. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for some of the cooks that I put on this bad boy here. All right, you all, have a happy 4th of July. Stay safe, and smoke well, my friends. Smoke well.